Today is a very good day to be an OM system or Olympus user, or a Micro Four Thirds user if you're using a Lumix or any other Micro Four Thirds brand, because OM system isn't releasing one new product today, it's releasing two new products, and these are amazing products. So first of all, I'm showing you the OM-1 MKii camera, the follow-up of the OM-1 original version. And the second of all, and I think a lot of people watching this channel were anticipating for this, the 150 to 600 millimeter super zoom lens. And this is an enormous beast for a Micro Four Thirds camera. But imagine 600 millimeters on this thing. It means it's a full frame equivalent of 1200 millimeters. 1200 millimeters in such a small lens as this. And if you're watching the OM-1 video and you want to know more about the 150 to 600 super zoom lens, then push the link up here, you will get back to the right video. So in this video we're going to continue about the OM-1 MKii camera. Yeah, something unexpected. I wasn't expecting it, and I just got this box, and you can see that OM system has chosen to make the boxes a little bit more standard, so it's not the shiny black boxes that you were used to with Olympus. But the way I look at it, I much rather prefer them saving some money on the box than on the technology in the camera. So yeah, a new flagship model, but don't expect really big changes for the camera. There are a lot of improvements on the camera, but it's still the exact same image sensor, the 20 megapixel stacked sensor backlit that we were used to in the OM-1 original version. So nothing's changed on that side. So if you look at it externally, the back side of the camera is identical. There's nothing changed if you look at it. If you look on the top of the camera and the bottom, it's just exactly the same camera. The only thing that's different is actually in the front. It says OM system here on top, and there is a number 2 here in the left bottom saying it's a OM-1 MKii. But there are a couple of changes to the outside of the camera. First of all, and that is something that I'm really happy with, the dials of the OM-1 first model, they were plastic and a little bit difficult to handle. In the OM-1 MKii, they've changed it to rubber, and it actually feels a little bit like the EM1X. If you ever used an EM1X, these dials, they are, you can feel them much easier, and they just seem to turn much easier than on the original version. Something else that they've changed, and at first you're thinking, why would they change that? But I've actually had it a couple of times. If you look through the viewfinder, they now made that so that there won't be any fog or condense inside here. So there's a special coating on it that prevents condense coming on your EVF here. And I've actually had that 1 or 2 times with the first model, and I always got back home and put the camera somewhere close to the heater for a couple of hours, and then it always disappeared again. So it wasn't a big issue, but seemingly they also solved that. And on the other hand, externally it's the exact same battery as the OM-1 original version. All the accessories to it, for example the grip, it's the exact same grip, you can see it here, as on the OM-1 first version. So yeah, nothing's changed on that side. So externally, not much differences. So why would you buy this OM-1 camera if it is the exact same sensor and there's not much change on the outside? But I think those things that they changed are definitely improvements, and that's what I have to say, that they improved everything a little bit and added a couple of new features. So it's not a completely new camera, they just improved everything that was maybe a little bit less on the OM-1, which was already a really great camera. And yeah, personally I'm not bothered with that 20 megapixel sensor. I think it's just perfect. I don't even want a 40 megapixel or a larger sensor at this point. If I have a shot that I think, hey, it's necessary, I always use the high res mode, and I get this 80 megapixel or 50 megapixel handheld, which delivers really good quality images. So let's go through the minor changes that they've made. I've got a little bit of a list here from what has been improved on the OM-1 here. So first of all, let's look at the bird wildlife photographers here. What can they expect from this camera? The AI detection for bird recognition, subject, it's improved a lot. So the algorithms are much better. I can show you a little video now where you can see that it's actually focused on a bird, and another bird flies by, and the camera immediately recognizes the bird that is flying by. So the AI technology behind that has definitely improved. There's also AI now for human recognition. So it's not only birds and cars and dogs or other stuff, it's also human based now. Image stabilization has gone up for one complete stop. So we were at 7.5 stops with the OM-1, and with the OM-1 MKii it's increased to 8.5 stops. So that's a lot of image stabilization, especially in handheld situations. Yeah, that's just amazing. Also the raw buffer for shooting raw images, if you go to 120 frames per second, you can shoot 213 raw files in your buffer. That's incredible amount of of images that you can keep in the memory of this camera. A couple of other things that if you were sequentially shooting, sometimes you would have a blackout in between that the camera had to think a little bit. They now say that it can shoot continuous autofocus sequential shooting without any blackouts, and that's also for the viewfinder, by the way. It's now blackout free. So sometimes with the OM-1, if you use the camera pretty fast or anything, you would see that the display shifted a little bit. I think I've noticed it maybe 3 or 4 times in the 2 years that I'm using the camera. But they seem to have perfected that on the OM-1 MKii. So those are things that bird photographers can expect. And for landscape photographers, also a couple of things have changed. For example, the live ND filter, it has always stopped at ND64. So that was the maximum amount of ND that you could control. So that has gone up one stop to ND128. So you can take much longer long exposures at the moment with the live ND filter, and they also claim that the results are 15% better than with the OM-1 MKii. So that's an improvement. Another improvement, and that's actually really fun, and I haven't been able to try it out yet, but I have been playing around with it on the camera here. They now included a live neutral density gradient filter. So you can actually program in the camera that the sky turns darker than your foreground. And the fun thing is that it's not just one line that you can adjust, but you can adjust the amount of the strength of the darkening in the sky up and down. You can adjust that line from the top to the bottom, and you can even adjust it diagonally. So you can, if you're shooting a mountain, you can let it run diagonally to your screen. So a really fun feature that I haven't tried out yet, but I'm actually very keen on seeing what that's going to bring into this camera. what's also improved is with the high res mode of this camera. You seem to have 3 times the amount of tones, so it goes up to 14 bits of tones that this camera can handle, and I think the original OM-1 was at 10 bits. So there's a small improvement there on the high res mode, which seemingly is going to produce better quality images. So another improvement, and especially for vloggers like me, but I don't do much vertical filming, but you can now use the video mode in vertical position, and yeah, pretty handy for people making YouTube videos like me or Instagram videos. But I personally always use the 16:9 wide angle frame when shooting video, because that's the preferred size for YouTube, except when you're making YouTube shorts. So I could make some shorts now in the vertical position, which is a pretty cool feature. So another thing that they've changed, but I haven't actually figured out what they mean with it, because I didn't see the change myself, is that the menu system would now be all operatable with your right hand. So you can keep shooting and adjust menu settings while looking through the camera with one hand. And that wasn't possible at first, because you had to go back in the menu with your left hand here on the left top button. But I actually haven't figured out what they mean with it, because I haven't noticed a difference between the OM-1 Mark1. So I have to ask that myself, what the difference is there. But yeah, to be honest, I'm really impressed with this camera. So if you ask me what is the negative about this camera, well, to be honest, I have none. I didn't have a negative about this camera myself. There were some things that I was thinking about that could be improved, and they improved that. And if I look at what they say in their statements, they were dedicated to perfect the things that weren't already very good. And I think that's exactly what they did. They got the things that they could improve, and they made it even better. And they even added a couple of features like that graduated neutral density filter, which I'm actually pretty keen to see how it works. But all in all, this camera is just a real beast in such a small body. And yeah, like I said, I'm totally not bothered by the sensor being the same, because I think it produces some amazing images. And I've never been in the situation where I thought to myself, well, I would have wanted a full frame camera here or anything else. I'm just really satisfied with this. I wouldn't trade it for a full frame with longer lenses, much more weight, a bigger size, in any situation. So I'm just really happy with this camera. So I'm going to return this tomorrow to OM System, so I'm going to have to wait and buy one myself eventually. Have to save some money for it. It's going to be quite expensive, but I have no idea what the price tag is going to be, but probably a little bit above what this was. So this was about 2200 if I'm not mistaken. So I think this will be about 2600 euro. That's my guess, so I'm not convinced yet. So all the images that you've seen in this video are all shot with this OM-1 Mark1 and with this 150-600 lens. I'm going to show some more after this clip, so keep hanging on if you want to see some more images. And if you want to see more information about the 150-600 lens, then push the link up here to the video of that of this lens. So two separate videos, one for the camera, one for the lens. So yeah, that's it about this camera. And as soon as I know more, if you want to know more, please send me a message. If I know what the price is going to be, or if it's already on the website of OM System, I'll put a link in the description down here where you can see more information about the camera. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you liked this video. I usually make landscape photography videos on this channel 2 times a week. So if you would like to see more of that, it's all on location. Please subscribe to the channel. There's a button underneath. So every now and then I have some new products to show or some tips and tricks videos. But most of my videos are shot outdoors with OM System / Olympus equipment. And yeah, I'm just really excited about this new stuff. So thanks for watching. Please push the thumbs up button and leave a comment underneath this video. And if you want to know some more, please send me a message to my website or underneath this video, and I will try to get the answer as soon as possible. So hope to see you on the next video. Bye bye.